Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever it is you're listening in to us or streaming in live. My name is Dr. Tumsia Maimunaman Isa, and I'm the Community Engagement Manager for Farmalat. And you're all welcome. It's a beautiful morning, at least here in Mina, Niger State, Nigeria. It's a bit hot, but I think it's not that bad. The weather is still a bit tolerable. And so I come bearing good news. And this particular training is for poultry farmers and prospective poultry farmers. So I would call it a training. I'll call it um, yeah, let's call it a training, and then we will unveil the rest of the plan as the session goes moves further. So today we're going to be talking about record keeping, right? And we just all know it as record keeping, but we're going to be talking about record keeping today as a tool for profitability and efficiency. Of course, these are very important words that a farmer should take note of, not just taking note of them, but to implement them to grow their businesses, especially in these trying times. The poultry industry in Nigeria has been facing challenges. A few months back, it was the cash crunch, and then we moved to increase in the price of input, and then it was egg bloat. So up till now, a lot of farmers are still facing these challenges and still navigating a way forward for their businesses. So amidst this time, this kind of challenge is where farmers need to think of how they can leverage technology to function efficiently and move their businesses further. So with me here today, I would like to introduce our amazing partners, Health Enet, and we have with us today Salima, who will be representing the Health Enet team. Um, they were our partners. They've been our partners for almost a year now. We've been going back and forth, getting feedbacks, running demo sessions, trainings, just to make sure that we bring this tool to support poultry farmers to be better. You leverage technology to move forward these days. You cannot fight what is here to stay, and technology is here to stay. So you can either use it as a tool to build yourself or as a tool to destroy yourself. But here, we're going to be talking about leveraging technology to move forward. So we're going to be talking about record keeping, and then, of course, how we can use technology to achieve this and move forward. So I would like to bring on stage Salima. Salima is already here with us. I would allow her to just introduce herself, and then I'll read out the agenda, and then the presentation, a demo session. You can also leave your comments. We can see your comments here for those who are watching. Wherever you're watching in, you can drop your comments, your thoughts, and your feedbacks. So Salima, can you just briefly introduce yourself before we move forward? You have to unmute yourself. We can hear you.
Thank you so much, Tumsia. Sorry about that. So my name is Salima from Health Inet, Salima Saidi from Health Inet. I'm pretty excited to join you this day for this discussion about record keeping for profitability. And as Tumsia said, it's going to be a very exciting discussion, and I look forward to it. Yeah, I'll share more about Health Inet as part of the agenda, I believe. Yeah. Thank you.
All right, all right. Thank you so much, Salima. So I'll just read out the agenda. We're going to be on this for the next 60 to 90 minutes, depending on the trajectory of the discussion and how interesting and engaging my dear viewers find it. So we're going to be listening to a uh, brief about Farmalat, which I will be giving, and then of course a brief about Health Enet by Salima. And then we also have the presentation, which is the record keeping, a tool for profitability and efficiency. And then I will also come back again to introduce the Farm Alert Smart e-record. right? So I talked about leveraging technology to make data-driven decisions for profitability and efficiency. And then we're going to have a demo session by Salima, and this is a demo session is just a short it's a contraption of demonstration. So it's demonstration of how this application works and how you can benefit by using it. And then, of course, we'll also look through the comment sections for questions and feedbacks and thoughts from our viewers and interested parties. So for me, I will go ahead and give a brief about Farmalat, who we are, what we do, and what the Farmalat Academy is all about. So I know that a lot of farmers might not be aware of, are not aware of who Farmalat is and what Farmalat does. So I will just take my time to introduce to you all Farmalat and what we do. So just give me a minute while I get that up. Yep, I have it here with me. Don't forget to subscribe so that you'll stay updated with all that Farmalat does and all the goodies we have to share. Yes. Okay, so I'm back up now. So I will just be reading this out. So Farmalat is an animal health social enterprise founded in 2019 with the primary mission of enabling easy access to affordable animal health care in underserved communities in Africa. Animal diseases are the leading cause of losses to livestock farmers and pet owners, accounting for over 70% of total damage. Unfortunately, the animal health system in Africa leaves little to be desired and goes a long way to adversely affect these farmers, pet owners who are the lifeline of our local food system. At Farmalat, we have been able to combine our relevance as a major animal healthcare brand in the marketplace with our mission of ensuring the easy availability, accessibility, and affordability of this animal health products and services across the country. We partner with local animal health professionals, mainly veterinarians, who partner with these local farmers in building an inclusive system for sustainable animal health and disease prevention. We also foster a peer to peer network where access to regular animal health products, veterinary services, and pieces of training can be easily obtained and learnings at various levels of farmers' interactions be shared. In summary, we are enabling easy access to quality animal health across Nigeria and soon Africa. You can see we have our partners here, so we're spreading across Africa. So I would like to, alongside the introduction to Farmalat, just say a brief about Farmalat Academy. So Farmalat Academy is one of the wings, let me say, of Farmalat, where basically what we do in Farmalat Academy is we train livestock farmers, poultry, cattle, pigs, snail, whatever kind of farming you do. So the Farmalat Academy is there to support capacity building for farmers in line with global best practices. So that is what so Farmalat Academy is a branch, or let me say a wing of Farmalat, and that is how we're trying and supporting livestock farmers with the necessary knowledge and tools to move their businesses forward. So I would stop there and allow Salima to come through and give us a brief about Health Enet so that we can understand the synergy and why we're here. So Salima, over to you.
Thank you, Tumsia. Yeah, that's great to hear about Farmalat and what it does. Yeah, so Health Enet is a social enterprise based in Nairobi, Kenya, and we are building solutions to help generate and use data in global health. We have designed and brought to market key solutions that drive healthcare improvements in low resource settings, both human and animal health. So we have been mostly dealing with human health for the past almost 10 years, but in the recent years, let's say from last year up to today, we have been also focusing now on animal health. So together with Pharmalat, we have developed the Pharmalat PPMR technology that will help farmers to keep accurate records of their farms, therefore helping them monitor performance of their farms. By enabling the capture and use of this high quality data, we hope that and aim to unlock a wave of possibilities in global health, both in Africa and beyond. So recently we have been expanding to other parts of Africa, and that's where now we met Famalat team, and we have been working with them jointly in developing this PPMR application to help and support farmers to uh, build their farms, uh, improve their farms, and also to monitor the performance of their farms. So we have started focusing on poultry farmers, and we hope to expand maybe to other farmers within Africa and beyond. Yeah, thank you, Tomsia. So the purpose of HealthNet today is to demo to you how this technology will work and how it's going to support you in your record keeping. So I'm looking forward to hearing more about what Tomsia has prepared, and also looking forward to demoing to you how this technology will work. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Salima. So we've heard who L Health Enet is and who Farmalat is. So now you'll understand how this partnership came to be. So Farmalat is on a mission to enable easy access to affordable animal health care in Nigeria and soon across Africa. And what we're trying to do is to also leverage technology to achieve this goal. And she just told you what Health Enet does. And that's how we decided to come together to provide a solution to one of the challenges faced by poultry farmers. So I'll just be making a brief presentation on record keeping as a tool for efficiency and profitability. As I said earlier, my name is Tumsia Maimunaman Isa, and I'm the community engagement manager for Farmalat. And so I'll just delve in straight into my presentation. So, introduction to record keeping in poultry production. What is record keeping? So, farm record keeping is the art of keeping track of different activities on the farm. I want you to take note of this second statement. It is a daily task. So, as a poultry farmer, you need to get involved. And when I mean get involved, you're either in or you're out. There is nothing in between. You have to fully be involved. You have to get your team fully involved to understand that there are several tasks that come together to make sure that that farm works. So one of these daily tasks is record keeping. Just the way you wake up every morning, you feed your birds, you feed them, you water them, you for those who clean, you do all these things. These are the daily things you do. So record keeping, if it's not what you're doing today, then record keeping should be one of those things that you do every single day. So it's a daily task because that's the only way you can monitor the operations and activities on your farm. And then you can come back after a month, after a week to say, okay, let me look at the performance of my birds. And that's when you can in between pick out problems and tackle them even before they progress further. So farm record keeping is a daily task. Have that at the back of your mind. And yeah, so let me move forward. So I'm just going to be listing out some of the importance of record keeping in poultry farming. I just highlighted a few. We have improved performance tracking. As I mentioned earlier, it helps you track your activities on the farm. So um, tracking key performance indicators allows farmers this is a bit tiny. Let me get my screen closer. Allows farmers to monitor the progress. I mentioned this earlier. So you have to have these key performance indicators that will help you track and monitor your activities. We have regulatory compliance. So if you keep record, you'll be able to comply to regulations and also get your workers to, comply with the regulations and the standards on your farm. And then for the sake of traceability and food safety, which is very important, there are a lot of concerns around traceability, especially for us here in Nigeria, where we don't really have that habit of record keeping. So record keeping can be tied to a lot of things, including traceability. At least you have an idea of when they came, when a problem started, what progress you're making, and then it just kind of easily supports you with making decisions when there is need. You don't have to start scrabbling for information here and there and guessing, right? Oh no, I'm not sure. When did I buy these birds? Oh no, I'm not sure. These are all these things that deter you from efficiency. So you need to be able to have your accurate record for the farm. So now we're talking about maximizing efficiency and profitability through proper record keeping. Optimized feed management. This cannot be overemphasized. A lot of farmers always complain about food wastage, which is very, very common, right? But if you have a proper record, you know where your birds are at a particular period, you know their weight, you know their laying capacity. So you have all these things to marry together, and you'll be able to pick out whether there is feed wastage or feed is being managed properly, because you can tell by the quantity of feed you're giving your birds and then the amount of eggs they're giving you. So if there is a discrepancy in that data, you would need to take a look and then readjust. So tracking feed consumption and cost help farmers to optimize feed usage and reduce wastage, leading to cost savings. Inventory management. Accurate record keeping of poultry inventory enables effective management of stock levels, reducing shortages. So these are all tied to efficiency, right? You have all these records, you have them either written down or you have them captured in some application, or however it is you're taking your data. Just make sure that you have your accurate record. Disease prevention and health management. So if you have proper record keeping. So in I think all of this is just trying to tell us the advantages and what you stand to benefit if you keep your records properly. So it also helps with disease prevention and general health management. And then key details to track, right? So we've been talking about record keeping. So what are these things that you need to keep track of on a daily basis? We talk about production volume. That's for those who are keeping laying birds. You need to know how many eggs you're picking, how many crates of eggs you're picking in relation to your flock size, and in relation to their feed consumption, in relation to their age. You also need to understand the feed conversion ratio. And for this ones, we're talking about the broiler birds and, of course, noiler birds, which can be kept either for laying or for meat production. So you'll be able to know that your birds are consuming so amount of feed. Is it in line with the weight that I'm getting, or is there any discrepancy? And that is when you would also try to understand if there is maybe an underlying either managemental problem or an underlying infectious problem that is ongoing, and you will be able to tackle all of these things. We talk about behavioral changes, we talk about sources of purchase, vaccination data and product use, disease history, environmental data, routine veterinary check, and of course, management performances. So these are details you need to track to be able to fully understand the operations and activities on your farm. So best practices for implementing record keeping in poultry farms. We have kind of the screen. I don't know if it's just me Or so I'll probably just go back to my phone. I also have it here, and then I will just try as much as possible to manage it to appropriately so I don't miss out important details. All right, so we're talking about best practices. I have my glasses on, but I don't know for some funny reason something's just not adding up. So, so we have standardized templates and forms. You need to have whatever you do. There's need to be standard, right? You need standards and you need templates so that everyone who comes and joins your team can just follow suit, right? So it's not just anybody grabbing a booklet and just writing. There is need for standard and there is need for template. That's the only way you can ensure consistency and accuracy in recording essential data and regular data entry and review. If you remember at the beginning of this presentation, I talked about record keeping as a daily task. So it needs to be regular. So you need to establish a routine for data entry and regular review to help maintain up to date and reliable records. And then training and education. So farmers need to also pay attention to capacity building for their farmers, for their staff. Your staff members need to be in sync with everything that you know. It's not just you as the owner of the farmer, because remember, these are people who run the day to day activities on your farm. So if you ask me, they need to know more than you do. So you need to invest as much as you can. You need to be intentional about supporting your farm staff with the necessary knowledge. So you're attending trainings, you need to get your farm manager, you need to get your farm hands. And this is where now an idea just came up. So we need to also try as much as possible to make available this information in different languages, because we have a lot of our farm hands who are unlettered and don't really understand English, but they will do well, because I remember Farm Alert Academy had a training one time where we did it both in English and we did it in Hausa. Though it was in Kaduna, it was a physical engagement. But this is another idea on putting out the necessary information for people who need it, and in a way that they understand and comprehend. So farmers need to invest and be intentional about training and education for their farm personnel. So we're talking about record keeping. So yes, you've written all the numbers. How can you make sense of it? Right? You've written that your birds have laid 20, 30, 50, 70 eggs and they've consumed 2,500 kg of feed today. So how can you make sense of all of these numbers that you're writing down? How can you easily just look at this data and see a problem or see a solution or see losses or see profit, right? So now we're talking about analyzing data for improved decision making in poultry production. So planning. We have planning, we have visualization, and then we have comparative management. So analyzing historical data allows for accurate forecasting and strategic planning in poultry production. So you can use your data from previous cycles. It might not be the same thing that would happen, right? But you can use this data to strategically plan and forecast maybe problems and how you can prevent them going forward. And then visualization, using charts and graphs to visually represent data makes it easier to identify trends and patterns. Salima, I'm liking where this conversation is going, because the farmers would see how we're going to put all of these things together in one place, and you can easily access this thing. You can plan, you can visualize, and you can manage comparatively. So comparing data across different periods of poultry houses helps to identify best practices and areas of improvement. So you have your record from pen 1, pen 2, pen 3, and you can see that pen 1 is doing well. They're all on the same feed, they're all on the same water quantity, they're all on the same level of management. But then you can see that one is doing better, another one is lagging. So you can sit down and compare these records, right? And then you can also see if there are some shortcomings in terms of management. What is the farm hands in pen 1 doing that the one in pen 2 isn't doing? And why are we having this discrepancy or this lopsided data? So you can also use it, as I said, for comparative management. Um, So, harnessing the power of technology in poultry record keeping, right? Harnessing, leveraging, you can call it, but the bottom line is how do you use technology to move your business forward? So with data collection, it can be, as I said, manual, but I'm sure everyone knows that doing anything manually right now is stressful and kind of because of human error, you're bound to make mistakes and probably just stress your pretty brain up too much. So we have automated data collections using sensors, IoT devices, automated systems to reduce manual data entry and improve data accuracy. We also have cloud based record keeping. Storing your records in the cloud enables easy access, data backup, and collaboration among farmers. So, if you have your data stored, you can easily retrieve them anywhere you are. You don't need to carry your books around. You can be in your car, you can be having a cup of tea in the morning, and you can just pull out this data and just take a look, get a visual representation of the farming activities and operations on your farm. And then using analysis software. You can use specialized softwares to help streamline record keeping. You need to be able to get what is it that you want. So you need to be able to streamline what is essential, the records that you need to help you make the decision to improve your farming activities. So how record keeping transforms poultry farming. So we're talking about increased profitability. We're talking about disease prevention. We're talking about improved feed efficiency, and a lot of I'm going to stay a little here. So a lot of farmers are really missing out because I feel that most farmers in Nigeria and I'm sure across Africa, poultry farming is something we do secondary to our primary jobs. So most of the poultry farmers are either civil servants or they have other businesses and they see this poultry farming as just something by the side that they would use to augment their day-to-day expenses and another stream of income. But you need to keep it, you need to be serious, right? You need to make sure that it's not just one of those things by the side. That is why you don't give the necessary attention. You have to see your poultry business as a forefront of, as one of your investments. You've put in so much money, and there is no way on earth you would just invest a huge amount of money and just think that that thing is by the side. It's by the way. So it's not just one of those things you see, you treat as by the way. Farming, poultry farming is a serious business. And I'm just not talking about poultry farming here. Look at the increased demand in protein source. So there is an unending demand because food, right? This is one thing that everyone needs to eat to survive, right? And poultry is safer, which way more safer than red meat. So you're providing a whole nation, you're providing the entire world with food. So it's a big deal for me if you ask. So if you're going to go in as a poultry farmer, you're all in or all out, but there is definitely nothing in between. You cannot be standing on the fence. So that is why you need to make sure you put all the essential tools in place to move your business forward. So you can also, how you can evaluate the impact of record keeping, customer satisfaction, return on investment, and then key performance indicators. So these are the three things I just summarized, but I'm sure there are long, other farmers have their own impact, their own ways of measuring impact. But these are the three that I know would give you the idea and the necessary information. So evaluating customer feedback and repeat business to determine the impact of record keeping on your product quality and traceability. So your customers are always saying this particular farm, their meat are always looking good. They're fully grown, they're fresh, they're hygienic, they're wholesome. So these are the kind of feedbacks that you will get. And you'll be like, okay, definitely there is this thing that I'm doing. And that one thing is record keeping, because you're able to monitor feed intake, feed conversion rate, weight. You're able to put all these three things together, and you're able to satisfy your customers by doing all these things. Return on investment. So with record, you'll be able to compare the cost of implementation. You'll be able to comparing the cost of implementation to the resulting improvements, right? So you're implementing record keeping, you're seeing improvement. You'll be able to compare, what is it that I'm doing? This is what I am getting. So definitely the impact of record keeping cannot be overemphasized. Key performance indicators: tracking pre-defined KPIs such as mortality rate, feed conversion, production value. This, you can use this to measure the impact of record keeping. And I must say here that record keeping has more positive impact. I'm not sure anybody would tell me the negative impact of record keeping at this point. So I'm only thinking towards the positive impact, and that's why we're here. And then we're also going to be looking at the future global trends, right? The world is now one, if you ask me. We now have a global world. To me, there is nothing like Africa, Asia. Of course, we have our different, but the world is one now. So, and then trends are seen all across the globe. And for you to move forward, you need to key in and align with future global trends. Big data and analytics, artificial intelligence, and then Internet of Things. Leveraging big data and advanced analytics to gain deeper insight and make data driven decisions in poultry production. Using artificial intelligence, we now see AI. We can see how, to me, sometimes it scares me what artificial intelligence can actually do. But I rather than fight what is here to stay, it's better you key into it and use it to your own advantage in terms of yielding positives. Right? So you can't keep fighting. Some people will say AI is here to replace the human brain. AI, I'm like, just look towards what you can do with AI to grow as a person or as a business. Rather worry about the negative effects of AI. Everything in life, even social media, people see it as a tool of destruction, but people are using it as, look at what we're doing today, right? We're leveraging technology to dish out important content and information to millions of farmers who will come across this content. Internet of Things. Using Internet of Things devices and sensors for real-time data collection, monitoring, and evaluation in poultry farms. I know we're not there yet in Nigeria, but we'll soon be. So we have to start from somewhere. And this brings me to the end of my presentation. As I said, it's going to be very brief, but we just wanted to give you a broader perspective of what you can achieve with record keeping and how you can achieve this by leveraging technology to make it easier and efficient. So thank you very much for listening. My name is Dr. Tumsia Memunaman Isa once again. And at the end of the presentation, of course, I'll be dropping the Farm Alert community engagement contact line, and then some of our handles on all the social media platforms so you can stay updated with all that we do. Let me say this as we usually say it back then in primary school. I hope I have been able to convince you and not confuse you that record keeping is a tool for efficiency and profitability. Thank you. And I will stop here and usher in Salima to take her own part. Thank you very much. So Salima, over to you.
Thank you, Jumsia. That was pretty exciting. I was hooked to the very end, understanding how important record keeping is. It's great to know that. I've learned quite a lot today about what farmers go through and how technology can come in to help them solve some of these challenges. So just give me a moment to connect, and while it's connecting, um, so Tumsia has showed us how important record keeping is. So now, for us now to proceed with that, we want to see how we can bring in technology to help us keep our records. So I'm going to demo to you how the technology that you've developed with Tumsia and their team is going to help you capture your farm records on all your different birds and also the different expenses that you bring into your farm so that you can monitor how your farm is doing. So I'll just share my screen so that we can start. Tumsia, I'll use you to help me confirm that we am connected and you can see my screen.
Okay, it's coming up. Yep.
Perfect.
Yes, I
So,
can see from here. So I hope
all right.
everyone you can see.
All right, thank you. So this is the application that you have developed together with Farm Alert. And as you can see here, there's the Farm Alert logo and a logo that is the technology itself, PaperEMR. So I'll start first by saying that you can access this application via a URL link. So the link will be shared on the comment section for us all to see as we proceed with this demo, I believe. So first and foremost, as a new farmer, you'll need to sign up to the application. And the sign up process is very simple and straightforward. So there's a sign up link here, if you can all see. So I'll just go ahead and click on the sign up so that we can see how this sign up can happen just by a simple press of a button and entering some information about your farm, and then you can proceed to register. So for different farms, we believe there are different roles. Either you're a farmer, you are a farm owner, or a farm staff or attendant. So as a new farm owner or manager, I'll click on the owner or manager role to sign up my new farm. So I'll select my state where my farm is located. And here it will give you it will give you a drop down. So on this drop down, I can click any state, and then I'll also select a local government where I'm based, let's say Bende. And then now I'll type in the name of my farm. I'll type in my farm is Success Farm. This is a new farm, Success Farms. And then I'll click on Add My Farm. And then as a farmer now, I enter my details. I'll just enter my name here. And then I'll enter username. Your username will be automatically generated by combining your first name and your last name. And as you can see here, there's a username. I'll just highlight here. There's a username that has been generated combining my first name and last name. I'll proceed to add my email address, which I'll be using it to access the reports for my farm. I've added my personal Gmail email, and then I'll enter my phone number for this is your personal phone number. So for my case, I'm in Kenya, so I'll select a Kenya code and then enter my number. And then now here, the password, you can generate your own password that is easy for you to remember. So I'll create my password that is easy for me to remember. And then proceed to create my account. It will give you a pop-up screen asking you if you want to register your farm to the database, and then you'll click on success. It will tell you your sign up is successful, and then you'll receive an SMS once that has been approved by an admin. In this case, the admin will be Farm Alert. So I believe to say it's you who will approve my farm that I've just registered. So for the purpose of this demo, I'll just quickly approve my own farm that has been registered right now. Quickly. So Tumsia, I don't know if you have received my email to approve my farm.
Hello?
Yes, Tumsia.
Yes, I'm just checking to receive your email
Mm-hmm.
to approve your farm, and then you can go ahead and sign up.
Okay.
Just checking it now. Okay. Just waiting to get your email.
No worries. So yeah, so once that is received by Farmalert, they'll click on that and review your details. And if they confirm that you're a new farmer, they'll proceed to approve you as a new farmer. And then now, once approval is done, you can receive an SMS on your phone number that you registered with that will help you sign up, sign in now. So I'm going to show you an old SMS that I've received before while registering my farm. So if you look at the bottom of my screen, you'll see an SMS saying, "Dear Sal, your registration to PPMR has been approved. Your username is this. Please follow this link to log in to PPMR." So this is the SMS that you'll receive after Farmalert has registered, has approved your farm. So since I'm waiting for Tumsia, let me just proceed with this. She can confirm once she receives the SMS, an email on her end. I'll be using this older SMS just to log in. So as you noted, there was that link that it came with the SMS. I'll click on that link, which takes me to the PPMR application. Now for you to log in. So as you noticed, you had already provided your username, which you are given. So I'll enter my username and password. So for this demonstration, I'll just use a username and password that I already existed, and then proceed to sign in to log into the PPMR application. So this is the PPMR application. Once you log in, you'll be able to see a screen where you are requested to add your farm record. So you can either add broilers or layers. And Dr. Tumsia mentioned noilers. So if your farm also has noilers, we'll provide you with that option to add records for noiler birds. So there's this drop-down menu that you select your type of bird and then enter the pen number. So if you have a pen number, maybe from 1 to 10, you can either enter either one of those pens, depending on the record that you're entering your records for. So once you enter the pen number, you can select the date of that record when you're entering. So for today's date, it's 21st. So I'll click on that. Or it's there's a calendar there to select an older date, let's say 19th. And then you're given two options, either to scan form or to enter data directly onto the app. So we have made it easy and straightforward for you to enter data directly onto the app by simply clicking on that second button which says enter data. So here on this screen, you just enter your data for your birds, broiler birds. Let's say it's day 20. Opening stock for that day is 100. There was only one mortality for your birds. And then feed consumption, let's say 20 kgs. And then water intake, 10 liters. Average weight, which Dr. Tumsia also highlighted. It's important to keep the weight, average weight, or the weight of your birds to monitor how they're doing. But you may not be able to take it every day. But on the days that you take that weight, please include it onto this information. Medication type, there are different medication types. So on this case, I'll only enter multivitamin. I'll enter a name of the medication that I gave my birds. It gives you an option to add multiple medications. So add another gives you another option. Let's say supplements. I'm not sure what supplement to put here, but I'll just put here a name and then save. Once you've done that, you can proceed to submit your record, and your record has been entered successfully. You already have now record for your farm on your broiler birds. Just as simple as that. The next part I want to demo to you, once you enter your information, it's easy for you to see all the records that you have entered in the past by clicking on your records. So I'll just give it a moment. Yeah, so here it shows you the different records that you have entered either for broilers or layers. So there's broilers, layers, you have entered quite a number of records, and you can see the past records that you've entered. And then the other thing I want to show you, you have already entered your records. So what next? Here is where now you can monitor your data. You can monitor your daily records, daily water intake, daily food consumption by clicking on your reports. So at the top here, you'll see the reports button, which will show you how your farm is doing. So here you also give it just a moment for it to load. All right, so we are here. Now I'll click on my layers. So there's three buttons here, income and expenses. Income and expenses will show you how your farm is doing based on what expenses you're putting into your farm and the income that you're generating from your farm. So at the top here, okay, I don't have much data here, but you'll be able to see if I just zoom in here, you'll be able to see the number of eggs for your birds that birds have produced, how many birds you have in your farm, any other source of income. Let's say you're selling manure, uh, you're selling the empty sacks, you'll be able to see. And now here, you'll also be able to see the total revenue that you are generating from your farm and the total expenses that is going into your farm. You'll be able to see that. And then if I go to the layers part, I'll be able to see the number of pens that I have on my farm. If I have three pens, you'll see the number of pens are 3. The live chicken that I have currently on my farm, how many eggs I have produced to date, you'll be able to see that. And as you go down, you'll be able to see, to monitor how your daily egg production, you'll see the eggs production versus the age of your birds. You'll be able to see a different number of charts based on your farm activity. And I just want to show you how you'll be able to also filter your data. So let's say you have 3 pens. You can filter what pen you want to see the data for. If it's pen 1, pen 2, or pen 3, you can filter that and just view the data for that pen alone. Or you can filter by date, a date range. So let's say you want to see the performance for just last month alone. You can select for 1 month and see 1 month worth of data. And then you'll see only 1 month worth of data. So this will be able to, from this, you'll be able to visualize your data and compare your data, your historical data, how your farm has been performing, let's say in the past 3 months, in the past 1 month, in the past 1 year, so that you can either act on it or make improvements based on this data. So I'll just stop my demonstration here and hand over back to Tumsia, who will take the question and answers. Uh, just before I proceed, I hand over to Tumsia. So we've mentioned that you can scan the data directly on the, you can enter directly onto the application. Dr. Tomsia, do you want to cover the part where the farmers can, if they want to use forms, they can scan the forms?
Okay, Salima, since we're taking a demonstration session now, I think it's better if you just kind of tell them how that works, because we cannot, you can show them. We might not be able to project that now. But at the beginning, there's a little story behind this application. So at the beginning,
Yeah.
when we looked it right, it was a paper it was a paper EMR technology, right? So how it works is that there is a special kind of paper. And Salima, do you have any with you there?
Yes, I do have a paper.
Yeah,
So
so there is a special kind of paper with boxes and information. So what happens is you would enter this data on that paper, one, and then you will scan it. So that's the technology the Health eNet has been using in the human health space to support certain hospitals in Kenya, if I get it right.
yes,
So so the paper is a special kind of paper. You put your information, average weight, kg of feed consumed, liters of water taken, the kind of drugs you've used for your birds, and all of these things. And then you would scan that paper. So on the application, you will be able to access your camera to snap the application, and then it converts that information to a digital form, right? So at the beginning, that was how the application was developed. But going forward, we had a few farmers, because we had the live launch of this application about 4 or 5 months ago in Lagos, where we had a beautiful turnout and support from the farming community in Lagos. We had it at Ekpe. I think, yes, I'm not a Lagosian, but I think I remember them at Ekpe. And but then along as time goes on, we had farmers who were using it, so we were also open to feedbacks and comments. And some of the farmers shared their thoughts to say, if we can also work on another different flow for the application, where farmers can just directly enter the data without having to write and then scan. And then we also saw that as another barrier, because we needed to get those papers across to different people in Nigeria, and knowing fully well that our logistics system in Nigeria is not very great. So we tried as much as possible to take out any barrier that will hinder, the seamless use of this application. And that was how our incredible Health eNet tech gurus came up with an additional feature where a farmer can just directly enter the data without having to use that specialized paper. However, both both flows are still available. That's why when you come on the application, there is a space where you see scan data, and then there is another option for enter data. So you will still have both um, flows available depending on what you like. I know we still have a lot of us, our daddies and our mommies, even some of the younger generations who still appreciate um, having their records written, right? So we're
yeah.
not trying to force we're not completely saying out with the old, in with the new. We have both of them available for their users. So that was just Salima. Can you just maybe show them what the paper looks like?
Yeah. So we have added a feature onto the application that allows you to access the form and download it if you want to use the paper forms. So can you see my screen, Tumsia?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay, let me.
Getting comments. No questions for now. Just
Okay.
appreciating the channel and the contents we're putting out here. You're most welcome. Yes, your screen is yet to come up.
Okay. All right. What about now?
So yet. I just thought if you could just like just maybe just show them the paper from your camera if it's okay. Since
Okay.
yeah.
So the paper forms I have layer forms. So they are black and white, so it will be hard to see. It's
Okay.
just so it's this is a broiler's record, and we have a layers record. So this is a layers record. And then we also have one for farm income, where you enter your income and expenses for the farm. So
Mm,
either, yeah, so you can choose to either scan the form itself or enter the paper directly on the information on the paper, and then just take a picture. The outcome is the same. The result will be the same. All of it will be displayed on the dashboard on whatever way you choose to display your to capture your data.
okay. All right. So I think that's it. And Salima was she made mention of certain features on the application which I would like to buttress on for some people who might not really understand. Though we tried as much as possible to water down the words so that they're a bit less technical for every farmer to understand what data you're expected to enter. So I remembered at the beginning where she talked about opening stock. So opening stock basically here just means the number of birds you bought from your vendors. So let's say you bought 100 birds. So at the opening stock, you will enter 100 birds because if 100 birds are the amount of birds you put in your pen, so there are 100 birds. So on that first day, of course, if there are no mortalities, then it's zero. However, on the second day, where you come, when I'm not painting anything, right? I know where people of God forbid, but yeah, these things happen. You wake up and then you see five of your birds dead out of the 100. Then your opening stock for that day is 95. And then you have what do we call it? You have your mortality rate as 5, right? So, but anyways, we tried, and in the chat box, I will be dropping the URL. I'll be dropping my email address. I will be dropping the Farmalot community engagement line for anyone who comes across this and wants to get more information on how the smart Farmalot Smart e-record book works. You can just kindly either drop an email or give me a phone call. We're all out, as I said, to support farmers to do better. So in the absence of questions, I can just see comments. Great effort from Farmalot. Thank you, Farmalot team, from Emmanuel Handan. We have Otniel Buharshak. I'm sure this person is definitely not Nigerian for the name. We have, he's saying, thanks for this channel of learning. That's what we want to do, create a safe space for learning where farmers can come and get information to help us, catch up with the global trends and also be better as poultry farmers. So I'm just typing out the URL. Salima, it's fa.paperemr.com.org, right? Salima, you're muted. We can hear you.
So there's no com, it's fa.ppmr.org.
.org, that's true.
Yes. Oh.
Yep. So I just so that's what I'm just trying to. Oh, somebody he said he's from Nigeria, from Plateau. Wow, Otniel Bushashak Buhashak. I need to travel more. I swear it sounded like an Asian name or something. I don't know. My apologies, though. My fellow Nigerian brother said he's from Plateau State. So I'm just trying to drop some few comments. Just to install the application on your phone, you type fa.paperemr.org. So it comes out, and then depending on the kind of phone you're using, you can click. If it's there's some Android phones that will provide you with some three dots by the side. You click on it, and then you add it to your home screen, so that anytime you want to access the application, it's not yet available on iOS or Play Store. So, but it's a software that you can install on your phone, so that anytime you want to just log in and put in your data, you don't have to go to your browser. Um, so for those who are watching, I don't know. I just want to try and do something. I hope it gives us the result. I want to show you guys something. I don't know if you can see. It's blurred. Can you see it? I think it's blurred, but we'll be putting on
Yeah.
more. Yes, so you would see the Farm Alert logo comes out on your phone, and you'll be able to just go in there, just as the way Salima showed you, put in your username and put in your password, and just get on it. So I will be sending this URL now, and we will be attaching it, just pegging it to this video. So let me just quickly do that now. And don't forget to like, share, and also subscribe so you stay updated with all of our activities. Paper, FA Paper EMR, fa.paperemr.org. Yes. So we're just going to pin it to this video right about now. And then also, I think another thing to do is to put out the community engagement line. A lot of people feel more comfortable conversing either via WhatsApp or via direct call. Yes, that's the URL. So I'd also put out the community engagement line, as I said. So I really would have loved some questions to come up. But nevertheless, the application, the video is out there on YouTube, and we're dropping out, our contact addresses and numbers. Let me send. Let's peg the number to the Farm Alert community number. Feel free to reach out, ask your questions regarding this, and of course, Farm Alert Academy activities, Farm Alert activities, and yeah, the phone number is also going to be pegged on now, and then my email address too. Can we have the phone number there? Yes, 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 yes. Technology is nice. I don't know if it's just me, but I get excited when I see how these things are done. How these things are done. So Salima, from my end, that's about it. Except if, of course, you have additional information for our farmers. So as Salima said, when you register, just kindly be on the lookout for an SMS confirming an approval of your registration, and you can go ahead and use. So for those who will come on and register as a farm manager, as a farm owner, when somebody else from your facility also signs up, you would also get notified to know that, so you can approve if this person is part of your facility or not. So all of those features are available. So let me just send my email, my official email, and you can pin it to the video too. That's farm. Okay. Okay. So let's have this. For those who want to contact me via email, you can do this. For those who want to contact via WhatsApp, we're actively on it. For those who want to reach out through a direct call, you can also do that. So thank you so much, everyone, for watching. And we're also available on all the social media platforms: YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn. We're also Instagram. We just type Farm Alert and we're all there. It's Farm Alert, FARM Alert, ALERT. Don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to share with your fellow and poultry farming community, all of the WhatsApp platforms you belong to, and also don't forget to subscribe so you stay updated with all of our activities. Salima, that's it from my end, except if you have something to add.
Thank you, Tumsia. I don't have anything to add on my end, so I'm looking forward to seeing quite a number of registration from farmers as we improve our farm productivity. Yeah, that's it. Thank you.
And also feel free to send via these contact numbers, feel free to send your thoughts and your feedbacks and your inputs. These are very important aspects of collaboration. So this collaboration for me, it's not just between Farm Alert and Health Enet, but also with the poultry farmers, because we're providing a solution and we need your input, we need your thoughts, we need your feedbacks to be able to improve on whatever solution we're bringing to the table. So thank you, everyone. See you next time. I think, Salima, we could actually just do like a demo video, like a really just a demo video, and maybe with a voiceover, like a screen recording, a phone screen recording with a voiceover, and just put it out there on YouTube so that people can also easily access that information. So thank you, everyone, for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day. I know today is Saturday for us in Nigeria. Saturdays are days for Owambe and all the birthday parties. Salima, Owambe, that's like weddings, I think, in Yoruba.
Ah.
Anyways, I know it's a Yoruba word, but I don't know exactly what it means. We just say Owambe when there are a lot of weddings and other activities. So thank you so much, and have a lovely day. Bye,
You too.
everyone.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.